Okay, this here is a video I did. I'm doing this through ABS video editor because recording volume in the game's too loud. So to get my voice louder than the game, I'm doing this in editing mode. But basically this here is a compound I created in 7 Days to Die. It's very fortified. Zombies have a hard time breaching in this thing. I do get the occasional one that does spawn inside. The sledgehammer does wonders, one hit sledge. As long as you have enough stamina and your food and thirst is full, it's basically one hit swing. But as you can see, this thing is very huge. It's a lot of reinforced concrete, a lot of trestles to hold this thing together. It's pretty tall, and I was just trying to test build, seeing what type of magnitude you could actually build in fortification in this thing. I'm not a big spike fan, so you won't see a bunch of spikes out here. Don't need them. Basically, you have reinforced metal on the side with concrete. These walls are 3 to 4 blocks thick. There's no way they get through it in the nighttime. Between reinforced concrete and trestles, they definitely don't get through it. One thing I've noticed though, they do like to do a lot of damage to it, but in this video you're going to see me taking a tour inside this thing so you can see. If you look at the rafters and all, you'll see how it's actually held together. This was an old cabin that was remodified. That's a mine shaft right there. It's lit with campfires a lot, and basically after so many days the mobs start acting really funny. They do weird things. The first couple of days when they were attacking, you know, they come in waves and they attack till daytime. Daytime they'll split off and mope around while some are still attacking, and basically I had to go outside and take care of them. Now as the days go by, the mobs start getting stupid, and I mean really stupid. This, what you just saw right there, is another building going up. I just ain't figured out how I'm going to construct it and what I'm going to do with it. But back to the zombie part, they start getting really stupid. For example, they'll go out some nights. They won't even attack my place. I'll just hear them out and about. I'll have a couple attack it, and they'll attack for a couple of maybe 45, 50 seconds, and then maybe a minute, you know, and then they'll disappear. They wander off, and they'll go do stupid crap, like they'll start digging holes out in the forest. I mean, literally, I go out there and they're digging holes. They go out there and start chopping down trees. But as far as staying on trying to get a hold of me, they're not trying to attack me at certain points, and they just get stupider as time goes by. In this video, when it gets nighttime, you'll see a small group. Now if you don't take care of the zombies every day, you will notice that they will pile up. You go out around your place, if you just try to fortify yourself in a place, the numbers will magnify, and they'll come in giant, bigger hordes on you when the night comes. But if you go out every day and kill all the stragglers that came in the wave, because during the daytime they'll wander away from your place. Most of them, I've noticed, will run off to these buildings out here and hide in the sheds and stuff in the dark. Some of them will go out in the trees up underneath the shade area, and they'll stand in packs of anywhere between 5 to 12 of them, somewhere around there. I've seen them up to 12 standing in a little spot. But other than that, they do get stupider as the game progresses and the days get, as you survive longer. It's one thing I noticed, and you'll see in this video, is when they're coming at you, it's like they're standing in a dinner line, and they'll form up single file. Several of them will form up single file behind the next one, and you can just basically shoot each one in the head. And in this video you'll see where I'm shooting one and one of the fat ones just keeps moving up. Kill the one in front of him, he steps forward. Kill the one in front of him again, he steps forward again. And he just, they just keep doing it. And I've seen this quite a couple of times. And it takes them a bit before they actually realize I'm standing there. But yeah, it's it's really weird. Hopefully they make zombies a little bit smarter than what they are right now. Fix the AI. I know in one part, when you'll see here in a minute, where they're attacking, they're jumping on the reinforced metal plate and trying to jump up. They're not actually climbing. It would appear like they're trying to climb on top of each other. That would be a cool effect if they could pile on each other to climb up, as long as there was enough of them to do it. But basically, when you see them down there here in a few minutes jumping and looks like they're climbing, they're actually just jumping on the reinforced metal that's against the wall, reinforcing the concrete. But yeah, so while I was sitting here still testing block physics and stuff, just seeing what kind of crazy crap I can build in this thing. But the graphics are really amazing. They're very detailed. If you catch some of the cinder blocks, like the reinforced concrete and the light, if you've ever seen concrete that's been reinforced on bridges and stuff, you would notice that the texture is very realistic. Yeah, some of y'all might wonder, how did I get this many materials? Over time you can build this type of structure by mining. You can get all the metal you need, all the iron you need, and all the stone to make concrete and all, and you got plenty of sand out there to get, and with mining the iron up underneath the earth and what you do scavenge, you can make plenty of bars and metal and stuff like that. So it's, you can make all this, but basically I altered the file, the material file, so I could get insane amounts of stuff. Some things I get in the thousands. When I create one item, I'll get 1,000 of them. Just depends, like reinforced concrete, trestle. Doing this, I had to change that file to compensate so I can test this build. Some people sit there and say it's cheating. This ain't the actual game. Just want to remind everybody who would think that this here's alpha, and we should be testing and using things like this to test to see the mechanics and the physics in the game, to see if it has any failures or where the limits lie. You do need infinite resources, and doing what I do allows me to really test the physics on this and test the builds on it, see where it's capable of doing, if there's a failure or anything that needs to be looked into. So far the physics are really good. some people might not understand some of the block physics, but let me see if I can give an example that I've come across. For example, half concrete blocks. If you lay trussel, the trussel helps support weight of concrete. If you just pile a bunch of concrete together, it's more likely going to implode, but using the trussels with the concrete will help it stop from imploding and falling down. But if you try to, for example, if you create a bunch of trussels and then you excuse me, if you create a bunch of trussels and then turn around, lay them up, then start doing half block concrete up on top of it, if you walk on that stuff, 9 times out of 10 you're going to fall through. The reason being, it's a half block. It don't have as much stability as a full block. If you were to take a full block and put it in the same section between the rafters, it makes a better hold and less likely to implode and fall down. The thicker you get it, the stronger it's actually going to be. So you'll understand why this building's so thick. To build as high as I was building on this massive concrete trussel build, it had to be thick to hold the physics and the weight of the massive amount of bricks and the integrity of the structure. But as you can see, you're gonna see them right here in a second. It looks like they're jumping up and climbing on each other. They're not. They're jumping on that metal in this part of the video here. But yeah, I can't wait to see some of the memory bugs fixed on here, because during this video I was up to about 2 million. I think it was around 2,359,000 and some odd hundreds of kilobytes use on RAM. For some reason today it wasn't. It was staying more stable today. I don't know if there was an update. I don't think I got an update, or that they auto update when you log into the client. I'm not sure, but it seemed a little more stable today for some reason. Normally it's really going up our 3-4 mil kilobytes, but the memory was a little more stable today for some reason. Not sure why, but as you can see right here, he's walking on half block concrete. There's actually alright, in this section of the video I'm going to explain. Right here you're looking at half block concrete. In order for that concrete not to fall through, it has to have support. Now normally you could put trussels up, and before I tried, as you're looking at this right here, I tried to put just the concrete up on top, the half blocks, and let the trussels hold it. But when you walk on it, certain blocks would implode in and fall down. But as you can see, there's a lot of this on as the floor tiles. And if you look up here, you'll see I put blocks, full blocks, in between the trussels above that concrete, and it will not implode now. So basically, like I was saying before, a half block does not have enough strength to hold itself above without having those extra blocks in there. So it's really good to use double blocks like that and have a full solid floor, and then you could lay, you know, lighter weight half blocks and stuff on top of it, and the floor will not implode and come down. This is just one of the things that I was talking about that I wanted to point out. I extended the video just for this purpose here and went back in the game and got this video feed, but hopefully this will help y'all with y'all construction when you try to build something massive. You need to know about the physics. That's it.